finish line. With each line that I finish, I'm so close to my goals I can almost pole over the goalpost.
Call of Duty has become so large, so popular, that every different franchise that we launch, every game we launch has tremendous risks that there'll be a franchise fatigue. So each studio really goes overboard in trying to figure out what the gamers want, what the gaming world wants, how we can deliver that in the amount of time we're given to put it out. All the studios work extremely hard. Infinity Ward was no different when they came to this game. Again, can they go to Modern Warfare 4? Is the market too saturated with that? What's different? What could make this game different, more appealing? And they came up with an idea that, we've always been the military, dominant military force in these Modern Warfare games. We've got AC-130s we can call. We've got attack helicopters we can call. We got overwhelming precision fires from artillery and aerial drop munitions that we can call. What happens if we were no longer the dominant power? Could we go back and find the guts, the skill, the craftsmanship as the underdog to dominate on the battlefield the way we did in our early days when we were fighting large European armies in America? We haven't had to do that. So this is kind of a new take, and this was their how they were going to keep the franchise kind of smoking hot and alive. Yeah, I'm not an expert on the machines, but I am an expert on watching what the guys are doing, and you've got tremendous artistic energy inside the studio, and there's a passion for, if I'm going to draw a brick wall for a house, I'm not just going to draw each brick, I'm going to draw the moss filigree along the bottom 6 bricks where the dripping water comes down and splashes up. This is the kind of, all those guys in school that thought they would never get a job as an artist are out there crazy to do artwork. So this allows them the venue to bring in and cram that much more fidelity in their art and put it in the game. So as far as other magic I'm not familiar with, but when you look at these guys' faces and they turn from side to side, you've got this amazing lighting effect. Look at the pores, you've got the eyebrows, the eyelashes, the muscles in the face seem to be moving the way that a real person would be. So the quantum leap between the original games of having a cartoon-like character beside you as your artificial intelligence dude, he now looks like an actual squad member. So that puts us in good stead to run this game, because the comradeship of this squad is extremely important to telling the story of the game. Yeah, I don't know how the gamers reacted to the dog, Riley. I'm not into the tune for the. I don't get all the tweets from the gamer community, but I remember them talking about putting a dog in the game as we went in. I said, that'd be great to have a dog. It has to be realistic looking. First of all, it can't be a big cartoon dog running around. And 2, it actually mirrors what our special operations squads are doing now. Our Delta Force operators all have a dog in their squad. It becomes a member of their team, loved as much as any other human member, sometimes more so. And when they lose this dog, I've been with Ranger squads that have lost this dog. There's a mourning that goes on that you would think actually one of their best buddies had died. And as you talk about what the dog can do with these squads, it's what we're doing in the game. The dog's got this hearing 10 times the ability of a human. It has the ability to smell hundreds of times better than a human, so it can go into the house, find the guy hidden under the floorboards that's about to pull the lanyard to blow you up, and alert you ahead of time. In some cases, you've got the camera on top of the dogs now, and so you're not only hearing the bark and trying to sense what's going on in the house, but you can see the guy in the dish dash running from the dog with a bandolier of explosives strapped around his waist, so you've got some forewarning of what's going to happen.
And where did the name come from? And any on the team have a dog named Wiley? Or?
I don't know. I think they must have just sat around, smoked interesting substances, and said, "What's a cool name?" Because that's a lot of creative energy in those studios. So I don't know. Okay. I do have a young man I know who has a dog named Riley, but I didn't even suggest that to because that dog is pretty much a buffoon. Yeah. Well, to me personally, I don't know, under a lot of pressure because nobody's shooting at me and nobody is trying to extort valuable information by sticking bamboo shoots under my fingernails. So I, as a military advisor, I'm not under any pressure, but the studios are under massive pressure. The money comes in from the games, but they've always got to raise the bar in the next game. So you go around those studios, and physically there is a 17-hour day being run right now in Infinity Ward, 7 days a week, and they are trying to crank out the absolutely most perfect final fixes to this game they can possibly do. Yeah, I think it'll add, I'm not real familiar with that, I can only guess, but I think that would add another dimension to what gamers would like to do. That whole moving the squad around, I'm not real familiar with that. Is that in multiplayer, right, you're talking about? Yeah, I mean, anything with multiplayer I kind of back off from. I do the advising on the single player campaign, and I know that multiplayer is popular, it's the big seller. People like to run and gun against each other. And I just kind of look at the authenticity of the actual game itself. Then they take those characters and they transport the equipment and kit over into multiplayer. No, I'd like to say that I'm an expert on females. But I am not. So yeah, I was not able to help them. You know, I am a student of it. I watch females occasionally, but I was not able to give them any real benefit on it, different moves that they would make. It is now one of the goals in our particular army that we allow females to enter into combatant ranks. So maybe it fits in with our current focus. To infinity and beyond. Where will our Call of Duty go? You know, it's, I think because of the passion of the studio and the fact that we've got several studios now working and competing even internally with each other, you're going to see them continue to raise the bar. They're going to continue to look at scenarios that are immersive, interesting, to capture the fan base. They're going to respond to what the gamers want. Now, sometimes I'll say, hey, that's not the way a certain weapon would fire, or that's not the ballistic effect that this javelin missile would give. And sometimes they say, yeah, but it's cool. So competing authenticity to cool wins, because cool is going to get gamers. There's a lot of authenticity as well, but they're going to continue to strive to make the coolest quasi-authentic game they possibly can make. To all your viewers out there, rock on in the Netherlands.